I still remember the morning I found out the family retreat was happening without me. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't a fallout. It was silence, the kind that tells you everything you need to know. 4 years, the annual lake house trip was our family's thing. My parents, my siblings, their spouses, their kids. And me. It was the one time a year when everyone put work aside, left the noise behind, and just showed up. And for years, I helped make it happen. The playlists, the menus, even the ridiculous t-shirts my mom insisted we all wear for Family Photo Day. So when I saw my sister's post, her caption all smiles and emojis, "Back at the lake house. Family time red heart," my stomach dropped. No call. No text. No invitation. At first, I told myself maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe someone forgot to loop me in. But when I scrolled through their pictures, when I saw my spot at the table, empty, it hit me. They hadn't forgotten. They'd chosen not to invite me. A year earlier, I'd gone through a divorce. After 10 years of marriage, everything fell apart. The house, the plans, the shared dreams. I tried to keep it together, but grief has a way of spilling into every part of your life. Work, family, friendships. I'd been quieter than usual, less fun at gatherings. I could feel people walking on eggshells around me. My parents would smile politely. My siblings would change the subject when things got heavy. So when I found out they'd left me out, I realized something painful. My family didn't want to deal with my version of broken. They wanted the old Ethan, the one who could host, joke, keep things light. They wanted me to be okay before they could love me again. I remember sitting in my apartment that night, phone in hand, staring at that post over and over. The anger came first, then the sadness, then something else, something sharper, deeper. Defiance. If they wanted their perfect little retreat without me, fine. But I wasn't going to sit here and scroll through pictures of them pretending everything was perfect. So I opened my laptop and typed in vacation rentals near Lake Marin. And that's when I saw it, an estate just a few miles from the lake house. Rustic, modern, and absurdly beautiful. Big enough for a small group. Big enough to make a statement. I booked it. I didn't even think twice. At first, I didn't know what I was doing. Was this revenge? Maybe a little. But more than that, it was about reclaiming something. My space, my joy, my worth. I texted a few friends I hadn't seen in a while, old college buddies, co-workers who'd become family over time. People who had seen me at my lowest and didn't flinch. One of them was Lena, a friend I hadn't really talked to since college. She'd become an event planner, the kind of person who could turn any gathering into something magical. When I told her what happened, she didn't pity me. She just said, "So, we're throwing a better party, right?" That line stuck with me. The week leading up to that weekend felt like therapy. We planned playlists, designed welcome baskets, picked out local wines. Lena handled decor, string lights, candles, a fire pit setup that looked straight out of a movie. We didn't talk much about my family. We just created something new, a space full of laughter and music and people who genuinely wanted to be there. On the drive to the estate, I passed the familiar sign for the Lake House Road. My hands gripped the wheel tighter. I wondered if they were already there, unloading groceries, setting up the patio, pretending the silence between us didn't exist. For a second, I almost turned around. Almost. But then I remembered what Lena said before we left. You don't need to prove anything to them. Just show up for yourself. The first night was electric. The house glowed under the string lights, music playing softly, friends gathered around the fire pit. Someone poured wine, someone else played guitar. And for the first time in months, I laughed, genuinely laughed. It wasn't about showing off. It wasn't about revenge. It was about breathing again. Still, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me waiting, wondering if someone from my family would notice. It didn't take long. The next morning, my phone buzzed. It was my mom. "Ethan, your sister said she saw your post. Are you at the lake?" I took a deep breath. "Yeah, Mom. I rented a place nearby." There was a pause. "You know, we thought you were busy. Your father said you had work that weekend." Work. That was the lie they told themselves to make it easier. "You could have asked," I said quietly. She sighed, the kind of sigh that carries years of things unsaid. "You've been distant, Ethan. We didn't want to pressure you." "You didn't pressure me," I said. "You erased me." Silence. "Then maybe we can talk tomorrow." I hesitated, then agreed. That night, as everyone around me danced and laughed, I couldn't stop thinking about what I'd say to her. How do you explain to your family that their absence hurt more than any argument ever could? Lena noticed I'd gone quiet. She walked over with 2 glasses of wine and sat beside me on the porch. "You okay?" she asked. I nodded. "Just thinking about them." I smiled faintly. "You read minds now." "No. You wear your heart on your face." We sat there, watching the glow of the fire. Then she said, "Whatever happens tomorrow, remember, you already did something brave. You showed up for yourself. That's not small." And in that moment, I realized she was right. The next afternoon, I drove down the familiar dirt road to the family lake house. My heart pounded as I saw their cars parked outside, the same ones that had left without me days ago. My mom opened the door before I could even knock. She looked nervous, her smile uncertain. Behind her, my sister stood with folded arms, my dad pretending to check the grill like he couldn't hear us. It was awkward. Painfully so. "You look good," my mom said softly. "Thanks," I replied. "So do you." We sat on the porch. The same porch where, years ago, we'd played cards and shared stories. Now, every word felt fragile. "Ethan," she began, "we didn't mean to hurt you. Things have just been complicated for you." I said, "Because it's been hell for me." Her eyes welled up. "We thought giving you space was what you needed." "I needed family, Mom, not space." My father finally turned around. His voice was firm but quieter than I remembered. "Son, sometimes we don't know how to handle pain, yours or ours. Maybe we failed you there." That was the closest thing to an apology I'd ever heard from him. And somehow it was enough. The tension eased after that. My niece ran up and hugged me. My brother cracked a joke about my rebel vacation. My sister even smiled, awkwardly, but it was something. Before I left, my mom said, "You should bring your friends next year. Maybe we can make room for everyone." I smiled. "We'll see." I wasn't angry anymore. Just lighter. Back at the estate, the sun was setting over the lake. My friends were packing up, the music soft and slow now. Lena stood by the deck railing, looking out at the water. "So, how'd it go?" she asked. "Better than I thought," I said. "Worse than it should have. But good enough." She nodded, smiling. "You seem different." I looked out at the fading light reflecting off the lake. 2 houses on opposite shores, 2 worlds that finally felt separate in the right way. "Yeah," I said. "I think I finally stopped waiting for people to see me. I just started being me." She laughed softly. "That's a good look on you." That night, after everyone left, I sat alone by the fire. The air was still, the sky scattered with stars. I thought about how easy it is to lose yourself trying to earn love, to keep proving your worth to people who stopped looking for it. But the truth is, sometimes being excluded is the invitation you didn't know you needed, to your own life, your own peace. I didn't get my old family back that weekend. But I got myself back. And for the first time in a long time, that was more than enough. Sometimes the people who shut you out are the ones who teach you how to walk through your own door. You don't need their approval to belong. You just need to come home, to yourself.